morning, YouTube. Today I just wanted to talk with you guys about something that I felt was really important, and I'll give you some context behind why I'm choosing to talk about this topic. So, as you guys know, I am 20 years old. I currently live with my older sister and her fiance, and I am still a student in college studying elementary education, and I'll be a senior this upcoming year, so this is my last year of school, and then I will be able to graduate in spring of 2027 with a bachelor's degree in education. So that's something that I'm super proud of, you know. But next week, if I check the day today, it's July 16th, so in 7 days I'll be moving into my own apartment. This is the first time that I've ever had anything kind of be in my name in that sense. Like, even my car is still in my parents' name, just because when I was that old, I wasn't able to, like, when I bought this car, I wasn't able to put it in my name. But this will be the first time that something's, you know, mine. And obviously, like, I'm sharing it with, I have a roommate, my good friend from Pennsylvania, who's moving down, so I'm really excited to see him soon. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm stepping into a complete unknown here soon, and I'll be very honest with you guys, I am so scared. Like, I don't talk about my feelings with a lot of people just because that's never been something that I was good at really communicating with, and I think that's held me back a lot, not only in content creation but in relationships with my family. And I do believe it's because I have this want to just kind of do things alone and struggle through things alone. So that was always something that I've wanted to work on for a while. But yeah, just know there's a lot of change coming up in my life. I'll be, again, moving into a completely new area. It's an hour away, and it's where I go to school, so that's the entire reason I'm moving, is because for the last 2 years of my life, I've driven about an hour every single day, 4 days a week, to just go to class and get my degree. But it's really taken a toll on the amount of time that I've been able to give to other things. And with content being such a huge portion of my life, and also just kind of the want to have my own space, I decided, okay, this is probably in my best interest to move. And luckily, like, I was able to figure it out, and I'm very grateful to be somewhere completely new, and I'll be able to meet tons of new people, do a lot of different things, go to new gyms. And as exciting as that is, it's equally as scary. And so I thought to myself for a little bit, and I sat there and I asked, why am I scared? Why do I fear this? And I realized it's because of one thing, and that is the purpose of today's video. It's to talk with you guys about passion and what you are passionate about and all that it entails. After my friend visited, it made me really want to think about, okay, what do I value? What do I want in my life? And what type of person do I want to be in this world? And I connected all the dots, and I realized it all comes back to one thing, and that's what you're passionate about, who you're passionate about, and the type of person that you're passionate about being. I'll give you an example of how passion relates to my life, and we'll start with one of the biggest things, and that's relationships. So passion plays a huge role in the type of people that you bring into your life and the type of energy you give to them. And I realized, like, there's people that aren't in your life or are in your life that you are or aren't passionate about, and it dictates the way you treat them, the way you approach them, the things you say to them, how you feel about them. I really sat there and I thought, okay, who am I passionate about? And it was a really short list. I was really surprised to really think about, okay, who's constantly like on my mind a lot. And obviously my family, my friends, a girl, like these are people that I am passionate about and I am pursuing to give them my fullest effort. I want them to have 100% Chuckie. And if you're not passionate about somebody, then do they deserve to be in your life? Do they deserve your energy and the time that you continue to give them if you're not fully passionate about them or you don't fully care about them? And I mean this in the nicest way possible to just random people out there, but you got to do some self-evaluation and think, okay, where can I better spend my energy and what other things am I passionate about that I could take that waste of time and put it somewhere else that's better. So that's one of the main things that passion encompasses, is your relationships, not only with people that you like want to pursue in a relationship wise, but your family, your friends, your animals, and other things like that, like your coaches, your teachers. Like, who do you value in a high enough manner to want to give them your 100% every single day? And so I was very shocked to learn in my own research of my own self-discovery about that, is that how short of a list that was. And obviously that's not a like jab at other people that I'm not passionate about, but it's more so like those are the people that I want in my life, because the people that you have in your life are a reflection of you in a sense. And if you were not passionate about them, how can you say you're passionate about yourself if they're reflecting who you are? You know what I mean? So relationships, number one. Number two is the things that you are passionate about doing. And so again, I'll tell you how this applies to my life. I'm passionate about the gym, obviously. I fully enjoy training. I wake up every single day and it's usually the first thing I think about is how can I further progress? How can I hit a new PR? What type of content can I make? How can I just improve in general? And the gym has an umbrella of things that it covers. So that goes into nutrition, that goes into cardio, that goes into all the science behind it. And it's all these things that I care about learning and I care about perfecting because I'm passionate about the gym. And I thought, like, okay, why am I passionate about it? Why do I care so much about lifting? And I realized it's because it filled a hole that football left. For me, sports was always not just a way to be active or to meet other people, but it was a kind of release for me, because it was the one thing that I could do where I didn't have to think about anything other than, okay, how can I hit this guy harder? How can I, do this play? How can I sack the quarterback? Like, football was a huge thing in my life for a very long time, and I didn't really understand how much I cared about it until it was gone. And that's another reason, like, I don't want you guys to ever have any regrets or to ever be in the shoes that I was in, where you're sitting there and something has left your life and you just miss it wholeheartedly. But you look back and you're like, wow, I never cared. I never took it seriously. I never showed it that I loved it. And I think that's the one thing, like, I never opened my heart fully up to football until it was gone. And then I was just watch NFL games and I'm like, wow, like not that like I ever thought like I would be going pro, but I always assumed that football would be in my life for longer than it was. So I definitely took it for granted. Yeah, football was a huge release for me in general. Just like playing every day, practice, the meetings, the film. I wasn't big on watching film, I'll be honest. That's another thing I regret, is like I wish I definitely took it more seriously when I had the chance. And I wish that I couldn't be sitting here right now telling you how much I wished about it. Like, it's sad to me that that's how it all went down, but that's the truth of it, and I will always speak my truth to you guys. So how this relates to the gym is that the gym filled a hole that football left when I was done playing, and I really didn't think about that for a long time, just because I would be like, oh, I'm lifting to look good, I'm lifting to get bigger, but in reality, I was lifting for my own mental state. I was lifting to be okay, and that's not a oh, I need the gym, because obviously there's more to life than the gym, and I always preach that, but I definitely needed it way more than I realized, and I realized that's why I take the gym so seriously and why I'm so hard on myself when I don't improve or when I get stagnant with things, is because I care about it. And how this relates is that I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about the gym. I love lifting, and it's one of the only things that I know will never go away. I know it'll never change. When you curl a dumbbell and it's 50 pounds, that 50 pounds is never going to get lighter or heavier. It's always going to be 50 pounds, but the things that changes is you and how you can continue to grow and evolve. So that was really big for me, realizing that. And I guess changing gyms, that's definitely something that is going to take some time to get accustomed to, just because you develop and you get into a routine, and I'm not necessarily passionate about the gym that I go to, but it's definitely done me right in terms of how I've grown as a human. And I have a lot of love for BayFit, as much as I slander it whenever I go anywhere else and I use better equipment. But this gym meant a lot to me, so that's going to be definitely sad to lose, but I'm looking towards bigger and brighter things. So another thing that I'm passionate about is just learning. This kind of relates to the whole coaching thing that I brought up in the Miami video, and I've been testing and using some coaching apps to train some people that are close to my life, and be their coach, just to see how I like the apps and everything, but I didn't like it at all. So I've been teaching myself and learning how to code, and learning how to do all that, so I can just make my own app, my own website, and do all that stuff. So that's been really fun to learn, and I guess I just haven't learned anything new in a very long time, at least something that I cared so much about learning. Why am I sweating? So I realized how passionate I am about learning and education, and I guess that's also why I wanted to get my degree, is because I was always passionate about school and the importance of school. When I was in middle school, I had a really good 7th grade history teacher. His name was Mr. Rhodes, and Mr. Rhodes, if you ever see this, just know I'm so grateful for how you approached being a teacher. I think the way you treated us and the way you walked into a classroom every day with a smile on your face and made me excited as a 12-year-old, or yeah, I think I was 12, to step into your classroom and just be ready to learn about history. That was so foreign to me, because I had always liked school, but I did not like waking up at 6 a.m. to go to class. I didn't like riding the bus. I didn't like taking tests or doing any of that, but I still did, because that was part of school, and I knew school was important because my parents had taught me that, and they wanted me to get my college degree, which I agree with. Yeah, for the first time in my life, I got excited to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to a social studies class and to go obviously talk with my friends. But the one thing that I was really excited about, especially because of Mr. Rhodes, was to learn. I was so excited to open my mind to social studies, because we did a lot of interactive learning. We did walkthroughs, we would set up tents and everything, especially when we were learning about Native Americans and just different cultures. And he was very, very inclusive to the idea that not everybody learned the same way. And so not every project we did or activity was just kind of cut and dry, here's a test, here's a book, go to this page, study, memorize. No, we actually went to class, and we would go outside and we would build with our hands and just envelop ourselves and our minds into the time period and the kind of the things that we were talking about. And so I was just really excited to go to his class every single day. But looking back on that, I think that's a really core reason as to why I'm passionate about learning to this day, is that now I kind of approach all those new things very similarly. Like with coding, I didn't just kind of go, oh, I want to learn this to get it done so I can do the app and then forget about it. Like now I fully understand like how to do the back ends of websites, how I can go about changing interfaces on an app, how I can, you know, direct a certain management system and do all these different things. Like it's so cool to see it all come together. And I've noticed as I've been building like the website and the app itself, I've just been really involving my own brain and opening my mind to the possibilities of different things that I'm not used to and that I'm not accustomed to. One of the last like core things that like I'm fully passionate about is success. And I think it's deeply rooted in me that I just want to make my life work the way I believe it's supposed to go. And I guess that's something I need to like let go of a little bit, is that it's not supposed to go any certain way. It just is, and it all depends on how I wake up and how I approach every single day and the things I can get done. And I guess that's why I push myself very hard, especially in the gym or in cardio or with my diet. Like I take things to a very deep extreme, and it's just because like if I'm not at the end of the day completely exhausted and my energy's spent, and I sit there and I'm like, oh, I was lazy today and I didn't do enough. And then this is another, like I had to ask myself, why do I care so much about any of that? And I realized because it was how passionate I am towards success. And I don't see that as a bad thing, obviously. Like if I'm sitting there one day and I'm in my 8-bed house with a pool, and again, those are the materialistic things, but then like I have a very happy family, my cats in the future, and just all these different things that I want to, I guess, have in my life, whether it be materialistic or like real things. There's a deep drive in me to go out there and make sure that it goes that way. And I know I won't be happy unless that occurs. And that's also a scary thought, is like, what if it doesn't? Then who am I? And I guess I haven't figured that out just yet. Like, who am I to my core? What type of values and things do I want to represent and, you know, be a symbol for? And I guess that's one thing that I do appreciate you guys who, you know, have reached out to me saying like I've affected your life in a positive way and all these things. It makes me happy knowing that whatever message that I am putting out there is getting heard by you guys. And I want you all to know how grateful I am and how passionate I am about you all. Like I do really try my best to, you know, take everything that you say, put it out there, try to, you know, change my content for whatever you guys want to see, or add new things, or whatever, you name it. Like I really am passionate about growing. This takes me to my final point about passion, and it's whatever you're passionate about, you're going to be scared of changing. And that can go in all the different categories, like your personal relationships, the things you're interested in, what you like, what you don't like. Like whatever you're passionate about, you're not going to want it to change. So I'm passionate about the gym. Well, I don't want to change gyms. It's scary to me. So I guess it's like a good and bad thing, because I know the people I'm passionate about, but I also know that I'm scared to ever lose them. And to ever lose the things that I care for. And I think the most important thing about life is that you walk through it passionately. And if you're not passionate about something to your core, like wholeheartedly, then don't do it. Don't talk to someone that you don't care about in a, you know, caring way, because then you're lying to yourself and you're lying to them. It's a waste of their time. Don't go to the gym if you don't care to ever work hard, and then you're going to sit there and you're just going to dig your hole even deeper because you're not waking up, you're not pushing yourself, you're not doing anything to actually progress in life, and you're sitting there and you're asking yourself, why am I not like that? And it's because you don't care, and you don't truly care about it. So, but that's okay. Like, you don't have to care about all these things that other people care about. You just have to do whatever makes you happy in life, and as long as it fits, like, I don't know like what the proper morals are, or more like ethics or whatever, but as long as it fits like something that is you're not harming anyone, where you're kind to yourself, where it's improving your life in some shape or form, then you can be passionate about it. You know, a lot of people, and even myself, have been scared in the past to open up to other people in the fear that one day they might hurt you or any of that. But if you're passionate about them, then give them your all. Because yeah, like maybe they're gonna, you know, break up with you or something worse is gonna happen. But you'll never know unless you try. You'll never, you know, see the positive side of things if you're always searching for negative. And that's definitely something I've, you know, come around recently to, is just being more open to the idea of being an open book, especially online. I think for a very long time I did it to protect my own self, to just kind of hide away from my own thoughts. And then I would sit there and I would overthink or do all like these, like I would have all these negative thoughts, and I'd ask myself why, and it's because I wasn't comfortable with who I was or the person I was representing or the person I was pretending to be. And I don't want to be like that because I'm not passionate about that. I'm passionate about being honest, being real, and being wholeheartedly Chucky. So that's like one thing from any video moving forward. It'll just be me. I'll never try to put on a front or do any of that just because I don't care. I don't. If I don't open myself up to the gym and give it my all, then the gym's never going to give anything back to me. And I'll be like, why am I not growing or seeing any progress? And it's just because I haven't progressed. Chuckie has not grown. So why would the gym give it back? But I also know that if I don't open myself up to other people, then they'll never open themselves up to me. And that's what's going to lead to things getting worse. I fully believe, like, if you just continue giving positives, then eventually the world will give it back to you, and that's the best that you can hope for. So you just have to walk through life with passion, because other than that, you'll just be wasting your time on the things that you know you don't care about, and you'll be wasting your time on people that you don't care about, and then those people that you don't care about, they won't care about you. So the things that you are passionate about, chase it as hard as you can and as far as you can. Push yourself to your absolute limits as often as you can, and just know that you're doing great, and I believe in you, and I hope you guys believe in me. Don't try to convince yourself that you're passionate about something just for the sake of, one, fitting in, or two, wanting to be passionate about it. If you're not, you're not, and that's okay. If you don't like the gym, you don't have to lift. If you don't like that girl, you don't have to tell her you like her. If you don't like eating a certain way, don't. Just do whatever makes you happy, and that's the best way to walk through life. Because why would you walk through life not passionate? Like, you'll just be sad and grumpy all the time, and that doesn't make any sense to me. And I guess that was a very recent realization, because I looked back on myself, like reflected, and I was like, wow, I didn't have any passion in anything I did. And so lately I've just been choosing things and giving my energy to the parts of life that I fully care about, the things that I want to be in my life moving forward. As deep as like some of this may seem, like I'm the happiest and most full that I've ever been, and I'm not just saying that to, you know, convince myself or try to convince you guys. Like, again, I'm moving into my own apartment. I'm going into a new place. I have great relationships. I'm going to be going on a ton of new trips here soon. Not saying money's the best right now, but I'm not doing bad financially. So, like, I have all these things to be grateful about, and it's even better because I care about these things. And so it makes it that much more fulfilling in my eyes. Just chase what you're passionate about. Don't do anything that you don't care about, because then you're just going to waste your time. You're going to waste its time or their time. And I think that this world just needs more people that truly care, that truly want to be happy, that aren't trying to bring anybody or anything down, and just to let people live. Because, well, like, who am I to judge what you do, or who are you to judge what I do? Like, if you're passionate about it, that's okay. So yeah, that's it. That's my little spiel for today. It's a pull day, I didn't mention. So we're going to be doing some lat pull down, some horizontal rows, some vertical rows, some bicep curls, and some rear delt flies. I'm gonna do abs too. I'll do some cardio, and then we're gonna head back home. I'll show you guys a meal or something, and then yeah, we'll talk a little bit to close the video. So I hope any of what I just said, resonated with you guys a little bit. Sorry if that took a little bit longer than I originally thought, but my mind's always going, you know what I mean? And I do believe that's something that is very important, is that you just remember to be passionate about life. Be passionate about life, smile, and be happy that you are doing the things you love. And if you don't love it, don't do it. It's really that simple. So I'll see you guys after the lift, and yeah, cheers.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always take it slow.
Okay guys, it's 10:34 at night, and I made it home quite a while ago, but I was just kind of like really tired mentally, and I didn't really think of what to say, in this session, but I wanted to show you guys the dinner that I was going to be eating. So this is a half pound of 93.7 ground beef with like a cup of jasmine rice, no sauce, because I still have to go walk on my walking pad because I was just coding and editing stuff for TikTok, so I was just really busy. Didn't get the chance to get my steps in. I still need I think a mile and a half, so I'll probably just go for 2 miles. Why not? But yeah, I think I rambled a lot earlier about it, but a great example is kind of now like looking at dinner and being like, oh, it's just a dry meal, but it aligns with my goals and it aligns with the things that I am passionate about. So I have no problem sacrificing that, whether it be taste or anything, just because I'm chasing something else, and it's all right if that's not fully involved with the taste of food or the delectable, how do you say that word, delectability, delectingness, like delectable, like something's delectable, like obviously like this isn't, it's not like I'm eating like vanilla cake or anything, but it's still good, just not, but it's easier for me because I'm passionate about it. And so like the gym is easier for me because I'm passionate about it. And so like that's how football used to be pretty easy because I was passionate about it. So I would say like you'll begin to understand what you're passionate about by like after you do something, one, like how much you enjoy it or how much you enjoy them, like if you're passionate about someone, or two, like how good you are at it or how like well you two click. And if you like combine those two factors, like how much you enjoy it and then I guess like how much it enjoys you, then it's pretty easy to see how strong of an influence passion can play in life. And like today's lift was that was all heart. Like that was, not to quote like Big John or anything, but that was all heart. Like I didn't go on my phone like at all for the most part. Just I took like one picture. And I don't know, like, God, I'm getting tired, dude. Yeah, coding gets to you. You just stare at numbers at a screen. It was not fun. But I don't remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, I hope that's something that you guys can, learn to instill in your own life, is like realize like what you care about and obviously like value those things higher. And I don't want to say drop the things that you don't care about, but just look at how you manage your time and ask yourself how you can manage it better towards things that you are passionate about and towards people that you are passionate about. And so none of your energy is not, I don't want to say going to waste, but being put to better places. And I think that'll continue to take you further in life, no matter who it is or what it is that you're passionate about, if that makes sense. So yeah, like that was pretty much like the end point of talk that I wanted to have with you guys, was just like, no matter what it is that you choose to do in this world, man, as long as it makes you happy, you're gonna be good. And just continue to trust yourself and trust the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, and just give yourself time. Like, that's the one thing, you just got to give yourself time. For a while, I just have sucked at being patient with things and learning to just like let life come my way, because I always just wanted things like that, like super instantly. But recently I've had to, wait for the good things to come into my life and just continue waking up, putting in the work, going to bed, and over again. And I say putting in the work, but like, you know what I mean? Like doing the things that I need to get done in order to make the good things happen in the future. When will some of them happen? I have no idea. Like, I have, deadlines and dates and stuff, but past that, I don't know. But I'll never know, you know what I mean? You just gotta continue to trust it. And that's all we can do, is just pursue what we're passionate about and trust that we'll end up in the right spot eventually with it all. So I'm gonna eat my dinner. I hope you guys like this video today. I know I rambled a lot earlier and all that, but I don't know, it meant a lot to me, so I hope it means something to someone out there. But I'm gonna get to bed after this, after I walk. I have so much to do. And then yeah, I'll see you all next time. I don't know what the next video is gonna be, but I'll see you then. So thanks for watching. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. All my links and everything are in the description below. I'm sponsored by Able Define Ecovision supplements and clothing. So if you guys ever buy anything off those websites, using my code, obviously it supports me. It goes a long way, and I'm very grateful for anyone that chooses to do that. So yeah, like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. So good night, YouTube.